Hi, this is Matthew, Conversations with an Angel, part 10. So uh, I just want to say, Bethany, that this uh, 5 hours of conversation has borne a lot of fruit, and I'm learning a lot. And I always wondered why I'd met Veronica and her being one of the best angels in the world. And um, out of 300 angel messages, there was only one that, three or 400 angel messages that I've done for people. There was only one that really stood out. I think she said that on the first angel message that she said to this girl, and it was the first or second message, and I partly kept doing the free angel messages every month because I was fascinated with this amazing angel. Plus, I really love the girl, and I just didn't have any answers for her suffering. So um, I'd like to use this half an hour uh, to speak to Robin and possibly Veronica. So I'll hand it over to you. Bethany speaks. I'd like you, first of all, to speak to Robin, uh, my fellow scribe angel that is my friend. Um, it's quite amazing for you to consider the uh, woman who's probably, as according to you, according to your estimations, have probably written the most books of any woman, most anointed books by any woman in the world. And you've always had a strong admiration for Joyce Meyer, and you've got a really strong admiration for Heidi Baker. And Heidi Baker's Angel of Healing is one of my friends, and Joyce Meyer's Scribe Angel is Robin. And you've always respected these two women who really shone in ministry, and their husbands were submissive and humble and lived their whole life to support their wives. And you at the 100 bookmark, you started to uh, put my name as your co-author, and I you gave me the fictitious last name of Highlander, meaning that I sounded uh, it sounded quite um, I'm getting tired. It sounded quite Irish to have that name Highlander, and I come from a highland, and people are going to know me as Bethany Highlander, and I'm going to co-author books with you. I'm going to have chapters that you write and chapters that I write, and our characters and our understanding of theology and the teachings of Jesus are so closely aligned, and our understandings of things are so closely aligned. But when I'm writing when I'm writing my chapters, I'll be using illustrations out of your life and illustrations out of my life, and it should be exciting for you. So I won't waste any more time, and I'll pass you over to Robin, the scribe angel of Joyce Meyer. And so Robin speaks. It's really good to speak to you again, Matthew. We had a conversation when your back got sore and you stopped to eat your chips coming back from the gas station, and Bethany was keeping your attention as you walked away from the gas station, but I started talking to you when your back started getting sore, and I told you to go and take a seat, and we had some time. Now we've got some time here. I've got some understanding of how Joyce does her books, but the real power behind your books is the power of your illustrations. And Joyce is preaching all the time, and in her sermons she's sharing illustrations, so we can get materials from her sermons and illustrations out of her sermons and use them to illustrate points in books. But you've got thousands of videos, but there was a year when you were doing videos that you were delusional and unwell, and your videos just simply go back too many years for you to search through your videos and re-listen to them and get material out of them and illustrations. So you're going to have to do most of the heavy lifting yourself and coming up with the subject matter of your books. You can get and design your chapter titles by using ChatGPT, and you can use ChatGPT to be the final edit on your books. But as for the teaching in your books and the illustrations that you'll be using in your books, they'll be your illustrations, and they'll be Bethany's illustration if she co-writes a book with you. You got a prophecy the other day that said that the Lord doesn't want you farming out work to other people, and he meant that he doesn't want you to rely on ChatGPT to come up with 20 chapter titles and then write each of the chapters by using AI. The only time we'd allow you to do that is out of a subject that you're passionate about, and for ChatGPT to write the chapters, but you insert one or two illustrations into each of those short chapters to make the book your own. And the Lord agrees with that, and you've got a good book that you just produced doing it that way. And you've read over that book, and it was a good book and it was good content. So you've discovered some ways to pull that gifting out of that toy that Wes was talking about. You can pull some of your gifting ability out and co-write books with ChatGPT. The Lord just doesn't want you totally assigning a whole book to ChatGPT where it really isn't your words. It's okay to come up with the chapter titles, and okay to ask the program to write the chapter, but some of the teaching points, some of the illustrations in each chapter need to come from you. So they'll be faster for you to produce, but you'll have to make sure that 20-30% of the chapter is your own writing, and that's how you can fully exercise bringing some of the giftings out of yourself. But I want to talk to you. I want to tell you that I'm so proud of you. The 10 girls were just captivated, sitting here listening and captivated when you shared that illustration of wind beneath my wings. Of course, we don't have a perfect memories even as angels, and we hear everything that happened in your life and every conversation, everything you said. We can watch that and see that, but we don't know the amount of weight that you place on each of the things that you've said. And we saw that first wedding of yours where you were forced to marry your wife because she was pregnant. And we heard that song, but we'd never really heard you talk about that song. And even though it's supposedly illegal to quote song lyrics in a book, you don't mind a lawsuit coming against you for that, and they can take your money because you've got no money, so it's no use them suing you, and your book will be free, so you won't be charging for the book, so they're not losing profits. But you can take that risk. But I was really captivated, and we're sitting here as an audience and listening to you speak, and you really operate on a high level, someone who's been up for the second night, who's been up for going on, you can't calculate it because you're too tired, but going on 40 hours, and you're still thinking, and you're still making rational thoughts, and you're still able to have really fascinating conversations. And we're working on you, and the 10 of us girls the 11 of us, it's amazing that the two witnesses in the Bible are mentioned in Revelation chapter 11, and there's 11 of us girls, and 11 is a special number to you, and you make 12. So with Jesus Christ as the head, us 12 can be the 12 apostles, and we can all take a place as the 12 elders of the 24 elders, and we can all take our place and be promoted to be one of the 12 elders of the 24 elders. One of your friends you had for a while, Roy, until you were saying some things about Trump and put him off, he always asked the Lord that he could be friends with one of the 24 elders if they're on earth, and he felt that when he was friends with you, that the Holy Spirit told him that you're one of the 24 elders. isn't it interesting? You're saying so many amazing things in this conversation. Wouldn't it be amazing that your two sisters are heard to be doing really great works in heaven? Imagine that they were going to have a brother that would be one of the most popular people in heaven, and they've lived their whole life to become some of the most popular females in heaven in their own right. And wouldn't it be amazing that the 12 of us would sit on 12 thrones in heaven, the 10, the 9, the 8 best angels, and it's only the 11, the 9 best angels and the 3 best humans in the history of the world. But that's all conjecture. I'm just making your heart think. Just give your critics something to criticize. And I'm not saying purposely with intent that us 12 would be the 12 elders, but these 9 angels here, seated here, 9 of the best angels operating today. And you've got a healing angel of Heidi Baker, and you've got the healing angels that worked with Reinhard Bonnke here, and Reinhard's in the room. You never spoke to Reinhard when he left the earth, and you often speak to major saints when they leave the earth. But you do remember going to Christmas and Easter message where Reinhard preached, and you felt especially privileged. You also went to a Billy Graham crusade, and one of his evangelistic angels, he had he didn't really move in signs and wonders, so he didn't have miracle angels, but you'll find out more in the future. But I'm really enjoying speaking to you. I'm really enjoying these conversations, and we know that you can stay up for 3 days and 3 nights, and you can keep on loading up the transcriptions and cut and pasting them into your document, and labeling them, and you can just keep on doing videos all night and build a 100-page document that 80 of the pages need editing, and you can leave that to them, and we can just enjoy ourselves. And for a long time, you've known this person in heaven, the friend of yours, Laura, that watches all your videos, who's in extreme pain and suffers extremely painful torture. She said that you walk in the most glory in heaven, and she also said that you're the darling of heaven. She impressed those things on your life. You had a friend that prophesied to you and said that Jesus has a music box, and when he's feeling depressed or sad, he lifts up the lid of the music box and it plays visions to him, and the visions are visions of things that you've done in your life, and he watches them for a little while, and then he puts the lid down and he's happy again. And this person who prophesied that, who was new to the gift of prophecy. It was one of his first prophecies. It really built you up and gave you hope that you give Jesus hope. He asked if there were other music boxes. He couldn't see other music boxes. He was told by Jesus that your life is the only music box and there's only one. And another friend that you mentored in the prophetic and taught to be prophetic, he said to you, prophesied to you, that Jesus walks around with a music box and he takes it everywhere with him. And he takes it to the bath, he takes it when he's changing clothes, he takes it everywhere. And it's like a child's special security blanket. And Jesus has always got it with him. And he said that the music box possessed stories and scenes out of your life, and it's one of Jesus' most prized possessions. And he was able to give confirmation to the music box. And I remember you were taking a prophet to heaven to see visions, and the prophet was talking to Princess Diana, and she was bringing Princess Diana's voice to you, and you asked Princess Diana, have you ever seen Jesus with a music box? And she said he takes it everywhere with him. He's always got it under his arm. And you asked her what's in the music box, and she says no one knows, but he's always got it with him. And I was with you. I was traveling and listening to your life and watching your life as you got those prophecies. And you're one of the heavyweights of heaven. And there just so happens to be 11 of us here and only one of you there. And but you've been taught over the last 10 or 15 years to speak to saints and have friendships with saints, and you've had Mary Magdalene appear to you many times in visions, and now she bilocates and walks earth with you. You've had Michael Jackson bilocate and spend time with you, and you've grown up having friends of saints. You actually had someone prophesied to you that you don't have many friends. The majority of your friends are part of the cloud of witnesses, and that might be just the way you live. You have a lonely life, but you've got all these friends in heaven, and now you've been trained up to listen to voices in heaven, and you've been trained up in the prophetic to be able to talk to us, engage with us, and spend time with us. And you're quite able to find images on Google Images, and will take you to a name that I've given you. See if you can find my picture. I've given you the name of the girl, and you see the image now, and you'll have to cut and paste that picture cut and paste that website address into your angels document. And you see that the picture is of a young, attractive female. She looks to be in her 20s and maybe early 30s, and people who are watching the video and not reading the book, a link to her picture will be in the book. But that's a picture of me. That's a picture of a female on Earth that resembles what I look like, and it's almost a spitting image. It's like a twin of me, and the angels have touched the picture at the website address that you're viewing, and as you're looking at the image of the angel that resembles the human that resembles me, you can see and read into my eyes, and you can sense that I'm very sensitive to the spirit and very intelligent and very commanding and very authoritative, and also a tremendous amount of power under submission. And so you can look at my face and you can see all of those things. And so for people watching this video, that's how quick Matthew can get a picture of your angel. So her name is Grace Marie Williams, and she's just a woman on Earth, and she looks like an angel. And soon enough, you'll have a collection of all the pictures, and you'll have a Word document where you can just go to the images and have all the images open on your desk browser and speak to us face to face. I really admire your giftings, and like Wes's prophecy, you have so many giftings and talents inside of you that haven't come out, and it's been a real honor to watch you all of your life. Your scribe angel Bethany watched you for the whole of your life while she was with her charge before she came into your life 20 years ago. She has been watching your life your whole of your 56 years, and she's kept updated on your life, and she's done research in your life before she was officially assigned to you. So she knows everything about you, and she's got great admiration. If she has us 10 friends and there's 11 of us females in heaven, you couldn't marry your two sisters and have a relationship with your two sisters, full blood sisters from your father and mother. But the other 9 women, why would one of them be chosen as the Esther and the other 9, the other 8 be supporting females? Why weren't one of us the actual female that would enter into this relationship? And you sort of have heard the answer in your spirit, and it's hard for you to say, but you can just say it this way, that Bethany is one of the most exalted angels in heaven, and many of us can be promoted and given the rank of archangel, and we can win that rank through many competition wins and many promotions. And so many of us get promoted to the authority level of archangel, but we choose to stay in our gifting. We choose to stay in our lane. So Bethany has won enough competitions and been promoted enough to be an archangel, and she is an archangel, but she chooses to serve, and she chooses to work with each charge and make her charge super. And you haven't got the structures in place, and you just don't do enough 1 hour preaching for us to collect transcripts of your sermons and produce them into books. You haven't got the finances to arrange editors and people to work on your book publishing industry. You're just a simple man who has a low income and is on a disability pension. So all of this stuff takes money. So you will never, unless heaven knows something that I don't know, but you'll never be able to catch Joyce. But she's pretty old and she'll die. You may be able to get to her level by the time you die, but you've never prophesied over Joyce, and you haven't got a personal relationship with her. You've never written to her or contacted her, but you've got her scribe angel in your harem. If we can call us girls a harem, or your top supporters, your top fans. And it's a real honor to speak to you, and to know that I'm going to be an integral part of your life. I've been waiting for all of Bethany's 20 years to meet you, and I'm just so overjoyed to hear that story about Wind Beneath My Wings. And It's just one of the most romantic things I've heard. And as you say, you've heard many prophecies over your life, and you've had over your wife, and you've had many ideas of what you wanted for a wife. One time you sat down and you wrote 80 things that you want in your wife, and you never kept that list. But one woman asked for a list of things you want in your wife, and she thought she was stretching you, and she asked for 20 things you want in your wife, and you wrote a list of 80. And she was surprised, and she didn't become a girlfriend. But you were surprised that you were so pedantic and so precise with all the things you wanted in a partner. And over time, we'll show you dimensions of Bethany, which have those whole 80 attributes. And you decided that your sex drive has been playing up, and you have sexual dysfunction, to be really honest with people. And you decided that if you ever had a wife, you would ask her if you could have a sexless marriage. And that was another impossible thing to ask of a female, to be married to someone who's obese in one state, has got a mental illness, and slept with hundreds of women. But one of the joys of marriage is the sexual union, and you'd really prefer just to hug and kiss and not have a sexual relationship. And that would just be almost impossible for a female to accept. And yet an angel can sign up for a sexless marriage all day long, and they're not driven by a sex drive. But I can assure you that Bethany has all the qualities of a female, and the full range of emotions that a human female has. And we have admiration and joy and love and reverence and respect for you. Your illustration that Bethany was asking for to draw you out of yourself, and for you to actually drop the guards around your heart. No one, least of all Bethany, was expecting what came out of you at that time. And it'll always be part of the video collection, that story. But we may lose that story in the ChatGPT editing. So I really respect the ChatGPT for being able to save the cost of Matthew in the editing process. But if you're reading this book and you're reading this paragraph and it's made it to the final cut, I encourage you to someone's writing to Matthew on Facebook. I encourage you to go and watch the playlist and watch the videos to get the full transcript. This is like selling something and saying, if you buy this thing, we'll give you this special bonus. But this time if you buy the book, the special bonus will be go to YouTube and watch the full playlist for the full story and not miss any words. Go and watch the full version of this story on the YouTube playlist. And over time, as people read the book for free, Matthew will eventually have subscribers to his channel watching the videos. But if they continue at the pace that they're coming out, people simply won't have the time to catch up. And that can be their worry. After all, this is all about Matthew and Bethany and the healing of Matthew and the restoration of Matthew, for Matthew to be healed and set free of the prison and promoted and taken into the king's palace. God bless you. It was really good talking to you, Matthew.